Hey guys, so this video is about what you see in the title, frequently asked questions that I was getting in regards to my how to make your closure look like scalp video. So I'm gonna just jump right in. So I think the number one question that I got the most was, can I go swimming, or can I get this wet? Can I sweat with this? So technically you can, but just be prepared and wary or cautious of the fact that this product, Bomb Protective Shield, which kind of leads me to question number two, what is Bomb Protective Shield? It is a water soluble product. So basically it'll start to rinse away, or the bronze start to break down once it gets wet. So while you can go swimming in this, what will happen is it'll start to break down. It'll either one, start to wash off, or two, once your body once it starts to cool down, it could actually, attach to either your wig cap or it could attach to your hair, which is not a big deal. And I don't want to scare you guys, because all you have to do if this happens is just spread it with some more water, spray it with some more water, and it'll just come right off and just slip right off. So again, like I said, the product itself is water soluble. And what happens with this product is, people used to use this back in the day when they used to use that old school hair glue which used to rip out people's hair. But what they used to do is basically put the Bomb Protector Shield over their natural hair. Either they would put it back, put it on, or put it in a wrap and then put it on. This is acting like a barrier from the hair glue in your own hair, so it wouldn't rip out your hair, because like this Bomb Protective Shield is there. So that's what it was used for back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure about that. Alright, so that's what it is. Next question is, how long will this last? This could last you as long as you yourself take care of this and you yourself don't get this wet. I have curly hair. I could basically just use my water bottle when I'm wanting to wet my hair down again, refresh my curls, or shampoo it. I will just use my water bottle, avoid this area, and then I'm golden. I'm good to go. If your hair is not curly, if your hair is straight and you tend to wash in the sink, just try to avoid this area. And if you do wet it a little bit, don't freak out. It's not going to just instantly start to wash off. It takes a little bit more effort than that, but water will start to break it down. So the more and more you use water on it, the more and more it will break down, and more it will start to fade off. Alright, so I'll just give you guys an example. Summertime, Brooklyn, New York, I went to a party. I was hot, I was sweating. I literally felt the sweat just dripping down my face. My head is the very first part to sweat. So what happened was, I was fine throughout the party. It wasn't until I left, I went and grabbed some pizza after the party, that I realized that, oh crap, like this feels like stuck to my head. So it did stick to my hair, and I think it had more to do with the heat, more so than just the actual water. Because I also went to Jamaica in January, and I went to the falls. I was, in the water, and that didn't happen. But I was cooler then. So I don't know if it's the heat, but it did happen the time when I went to party. It did not happen when I went to Jamaica and I was in the water. So it can happen. It can stick to your hair. Just so you guys know. Next question that I get often is, what color concealer should I use? What color concealer did you use? If you see the video, I used a little e.l.f. palette, concealer palette. I think I used like the two lighter colors, or the lightest color. I don't even remember now. But I ended up switching colors only because my scalp is actually really, really light. So I used a lighter color concealer for my scalp this time, and I just think it looks better, looks more natural for me, because it matches how my actual scalp looks. You can use whatever you want. I recommend using something that has a more creamier consistency versus something that is more liquid. I feel like people who said that they had issues of bleeding is because the foundation that they're using, because what they were using were too liquidy, and they're probably putting on too much at one time. You just want just a little bit of this product, and the only reason why you're using concealer is to give the scalp the color of your scalp. So use whatever matches your scalp best, and the Bomb Protector Shield is there to fill in the gaps. So it's the only two products you need, because it's the only two things that you're trying to do: match your scalp and hide the holes within the lace. Another question I get quite often is, can you only do this on a closure? Nope, you can do this on a frontal. My sister Chantel has a frontal wig, and she literally did it just in the part that she was going to use. She didn't do the whole thing. She has another wig with a closure now, and she only did it just in the part as well. You do not have to do your whole closure. You don't have to do your whole frontal. I just did my whole closure because I was thinking to myself, I may want to switch up my part, but I haven't switched it up since. So hey, you don't have to. Save more of your product, save more of your coins. Next question that I get often is, can you do this with a sew-in? Of course you can. Like I said, the only thing to be cautious of is if you sweat in your head a lot, if you're going to the gym, if you are going into the water, if you're going swimming, just be wary that this can start to wear off. Like I said, when I went to the party, this was just 2 months ago, and I haven't done this over since May. So if we're in September now, I did this 2 months ago. So what I did was basically, when I got it off of my head, the top part, the top layers were perfect. The bottom layer, like underneath the wig, is like when you can see that it started to wear. But as long as the top is fine, I am good. I didn't have to do it over. I didn't do it over, and it's been holding up well. I don't see when I'm ever going to have to do it over, like unless, like I said, I want to do it over and I purposely wet it down. Unless, other than that, I think I'll be good to go. Another question that I get often is, do I have to bleach the knots first? The first time I did it, I did not bleach the knots. The second time I did, I didn't bleach the knots. So you don't have to bleach the knots. If it's in your routine to bleach the knots, you can. This is kind of like, you know, skipping that step of having to do that because the concealer is covering up the knots as it is. So you don't necessarily have to, but if you're just used to it, it's not going to harm you. And I also find that doing this keeps the closure and the hairs in the closure much longer, because it's kind of acting like, you know how you seal your weft? It's acting like a sealant because it dries hard, so it's like the hairs aren't going anywhere, they're just there. So it's kind of like you're getting to hide the grids, making your scalp look more natural. You're also getting to make your closure, your frontal, last way longer, because we all know that, you know, they can wear and start to go bald in spots. Another question that I get a lot is, how do I get the front of the frontal, the closure, to look more natural? Blend with my scalp, blend with my hair better. Because what happens is, like, if you're using a lighter color, it could just look like light color and then whatever color your complexion is, you know, your skin is. So I like to, and I'll insert a close-up, but I like to basically just gel down some baby hairs in the very front. So then when I lay my wig right here, it basically just, you know, looks like my baby hair, because I also put just a little bit of like black eyeshadow at the very tip of it, very tip of the wig, at the front, the closure I mean, and it just blends into my own baby hairs that I have gelled over, so it just looks, it looks way natural. That's something that I do. You could try that and see if that works for you as well. I don't see why not. It's worked for my sister. It's worked for my cousins who've used it. The very last question that I get is, where can I find this product? I found this product in my local beauty supply store. I don't see why you won't be able to as well, but if you cannot find this product, then you can try online, do your Googles, check eBay or Amazon. I feel like I've definitely seen it on eBay. There's a whole bunch of like beauty supply stores on the internet. Check those out and I'm sure you can find it. And always get clear, do not get black, because again, you're using the concealer for the color, and then you want the Bomb Protector Shield to fill in the holes, so you don't want it to be black to change the color of your concealer, which could, I'm sure, make it look crazy. So I think that is it. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but those were definitely the questions that I find that I was getting quite often, so I just figured I would just do like a video addressing those issues. If you have any other questions that I didn't come to or address in this video, feel free to like drop a comment, because I definitely do my best to respond to you guys. I try to respond to everyone, especially like when it's things that I know when it comes to our hair that we want it to be as natural looking as possible, want to look as good as possible. So other than that, you guys, thank you so much for staying with me. I know that I take long hiatuses from this YouTube thing, but you know, I'll try to drop the videos when I can. And other than that, thank you for all my new subscribers, and thank you so much for watching my video. I love you guys. Bye.